All right, so we're gonna see how this plays out. So this is my Izzy, my alley cat, and there's my boy Vladimir. So we're gonna try something. I've been talking to people privately um, about what's going on in their life and what's happening and shit like that, and it's this is like a raw, unedited style. And yes, I do cuss in front of my kids. I really don't give a shit if anybody likes it. Um, so I've been having a lot of conversations with people about a lot of the things that they're going through in life, and I keep getting told I should open up a like a clinic or some kind of therapy thing or something like that. I've always had this genuine propensity to naturally just help people without realizing I'm helping people. Um, no, I've studied psychology for many years, many fucking years, many years. Um, I use it basically on myself. I have no actual psychological degree or psychology degree, but I've studied. I have books of it, and I keep getting told, "Man, you should open up a place." The last conversation I had, this woman, when was it? Like Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday of this past week, and almost made her cry twice. It was not on purpose, but when people have certain realizations about things, it hits hard. So I don't know. Maybe that's my purpose in life, or I don't know. Even I'm still going through this journey of life and trying to understand the shit that I'm going through, and on all aspects and spectrums, spiritually, psychologically, metaphorically, physically, so on and so forth. A lot of shit has happened in my life. Unfortunate things seems to be the case, but whatever. Get to that later at some point. So this is my Izzy Wizzy, and the last time you and I were having a talk, 2 days ago, we were discussing the we were discussing the hypocrisies within ourselves. Yes. As humans. We're all hypocrites. We contradict ourselves so much to no end. But the part is to not be afraid to approach that, right? Not don't be afraid to step forward, to see those parts of us, to understand those parts of us, to embrace those parts of us, and to learn to stop being that way, stop being a hypocrite. But it's extremely hard. It's the same. It's the same notion as when they tell you to kill your ego. You can't. You can't. You have ego. He has ego. I have ego. Your mom, her husband, all them. Everybody. If monks have egos, like, we all have them. Priest, fucking everybody. So it was like I told you, don't throw stones when you live in a glass house. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now, with that conversation that we had for like 2 hours, there was another one we had for about 2 hours. Yeah, and these conversations that I've had with these people are over 2 hours. Some of them are even 3 or 4 hours. Um, we dive real deep, or I dive real deep into the psyche of people, and um, reveal a lot of their selves, their true nature within their own confines of their own minds. Um, so with this one here, it's that old adage of she's too smart for her own good. So essentially what's happening is school is boring the crap out of her. I was the same way. School bored the crap out of me so much that I was failing everything. I failed every class. I was just terrible at school. But when it came down to actually passing or graduating, uh, I had the high marks on all of it. Uh, I think the lowest passing graduating grade I got was like a 97. But I failed everything. Um, Same thing when I did college. I I got bored. I got bored. It gets fucking boring. Um, so when you tell me that you want to be an astronaut and your goal is to be an astronaut, and I keep reminding you, well, it involves massive amounts of. So what do you think would be the correct repositioning of yourself mentally to correct those mistakes?
Uh, Probably asking for help more because I don't ask for help very often.
And why is that?
Because either A, he's yelling at somebody, which is actually really normal in my fourth period, because he has the two worst students in school that somehow landed in his class, in his core class. Or he's helping someone else out, or he's busy.
So what would you need to do for yourself on that end?
Figure it out.
In life, as you go through life, it's happened to me a lot. There's going to be a lot of times where people aren't going to be able to save you. People aren't going to be able to help you. People aren't going to be able to do things for you, so on and so forth. Right? That's fine. That's fair. That's life. That's just the way that cookie crumbles. You know what I mean? So, with that in regards to your situation, what would technically ease your stress so you're not sitting there waiting or freaking out, or you know what I mean, like really really putting crazy amounts of stress on you when you don't need to?
Probably getting the assignments done, or at least trying to.
At least understanding it.
Yeah.
The base model would be an understanding. Now, as I've told you both before, including your sister, it's all just systems, man. That's all it fucking is. They're just nothing but systems. It's not meant. Schools are not meant to help cultivate creativity within the minds of children. It's meant to kill it. That's what schools do, especially public schools. They're meant to kill creativity. That's their purpose. That's their point. That's part of it. The other one is to indoctrinate. The other one is to, hey, this is the way this story went in the 1512. This is the way this story, the War of 1347 went. This is the way all this stuff went in the 1200s. You know, but you never were alive then. So how would you essentially, it's being combative against the system, and rightfully so, but also you have to understand the system you're in order to be compatible against it. Because if you're not understanding your system that you're in, how else are you going to be combative against it? And as much as you do have a fighting spirit, and you do have that parts of you that are essentially, I'll boil it down to this: fuck the system, but not in such a rude or ruthless way the way I do it. um, you as you go through life, you'll learn you have to learn the system first. If you want to beat the system, beat it from within, which is what's happening right now all over the world. That's why a lot of these people that are elite billionaires, they're no names, they don't exist on the internet. You never know who they are. You don't know who they are. They're the nameless. Um, all this stuff is being uncovered about them. And there's like, they have ties to all these people all around the world. powerful politicians, powerful governments, powerful judges, powerful, people in high-ranking police parts, FBI, CIA, NSA, TSA, all these people in high-ranking positions. And so you would have to, again, let's bring it all back to where you're at your age, in your state of life, in your understanding of life. You have to understand what subsystem you're in. And right now your subsystem is school. So in order to get the hell out of school and get the crap done with and get it over with, what do you have to do to beat it?
Start actually walking in and actually getting assignments done.
Don't be afraid to speak up. You need to speak. Not just in school, but with yourself too. Especially do something like this, you know what I mean? You want people to hear you. So use your voice. You can tell my voice is a little bit louder than usual. It's not that much higher, but I'm not sitting here just, hey man, what's going on? You know what I mean? Because two things happen. One, they can't hear you. Two, it's not picking up on the mic, so your voice is minimized. Don't be afraid to put a little bit of power inside your voice. Because if you do not have a powerful voice, then nobody will fucking hear you. And you're going to drift off into the fucking endless abyss that 99% of this goddamn population drifts off into. Why do you think whenever I speak, people shut the fuck up and listen? It's not to be rude or an asshole about things, but when I talk with power in my voice. I speak, I command the room, I command the attention, I command the respect. And a lot of people don't like that because they don't do that, because they were never taught that. A lot of these things that I'm doing and that I've learned throughout my life are things I've had to learn on my damn own. Because I've had to go through trial and error, failure, fuck up after fuck up after fuck up after fuck up, and it doesn't end. I'm still going through it. I'm still fucking going through it. And that's just the way it is. Even the most high-ranking CEOs and fucking entrepreneurs and all that other crazy shit, they fuck up constantly every day. Just because you run 10 businesses or you have fucking Fortune 500 companies, we make $80 billion a year, you're still fucking up. You're still fucking up. You know how I know you're still fucking up? It's because maybe you filed the wrong paperwork. Maybe you had the wrong people around you. Maybe you had the wrong tax advisors. Maybe you had the wrong, SPAs. Maybe you had the wrong, people guiding you through your...
The wrong people with the bad intent.
Well, it's not even just that. It's maybe those people just don't... Here's the other part. Don't do that. And I say don't do that because of this. You don't know anybody's intention until it's revealed through their actions. Maybe that person just didn't have that certain information. Doesn't make them a bad person. Maybe they just were not aware of that specific information in that area. I can't tell you you're a bad person because you don't want to do math or you don't want to read something. Would that be fine for me to tell you your intention is bad?
No.
Okay, so then correct that thought process into thinking maybe they just don't have that information. Isn't that a bit more understanding? A bit more empathetic? Now, if it continues to do so in that manner to where it's constantly, then you're saying, oh, you're just doing it just to, then you could say, you know what I mean? Then you could say, oh, you're just doing it to be a fucking dick. You know what I mean? You're being a piece of shit human being who wants to consistently be that way. This is where a lot of people see me that way. Oh, you don't want to work because you're just a fucking dick. And if I look through your resume, that you have fucking 50 jobs, and it's not really that much, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't work a regular job. I don't understand it. I don't know why. It's like I've told you before. It's just something it fucking irritates the shit. It drags. You want to talk about something that gets under my skin? That gets under my fucking skin. That irritates the ever-living shit out of me. It fucks with me. It irritates me. And it drives me up the wall. I can feel myself dying more and more and more like having a regular job. Babe, I'm telling you, sweetheart, it's just the way I am. And it's not to say, oh, I've always been this way. I've held jobs for years. I've had jobs for years, 5 years, 7 years, 2 years, 3 years. You know what I mean? It's not like I can't hold a job. It's just lately it's been like, I am so sick of this shit. I'm so fed up with this shit. I'm so tired of this shit. But that's because I know I have other talents. I know I have other things that I'm doing, and everything's been put on fucking hold. Where in your case, don't end up in the same boat that I am, and don't end up doing the same shit that I did. If you truly want to be an astronaut, and that is truly your fucking goal in life, and for the rest of your life, then I suggest now you stop fucking around and get on your shit. And I've been telling you this for how long now?
A long time.
Baby, it's not a joke, dude. Get on your P's and Q's. Straighten out those parts of you. Work through them. Because that's the only way they get straightened out is you got to work through them. You have to work through them. And that's I've had to learn all this crap on my own. Hey, I've got these problems and I have this issue and this is bothering me and this is fucking with me. Because it is me. It's me fucking with me. It was never anybody else. It was me fucking with me. It's like the crap that's happening right now with what's going on. I don't want to get into details of it. Maybe later at some point. Later on in the future I will. But I'm still working through even my own shit. And nobody ever, oh, you're 100% healed. No, you're not. Now you're just lying to yourself. Because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen in a month from now. You don't know what's going to happen in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year from now.
You have no idea what's going to happen in the future.
It's not just that. I mean, we can get glimpses into it. If we get into that spiritual side of it, we can start talking about that too. But in the physical aspect, in this physical realm, in this physical world, there are a lot of things, a lot of outside aspects and oh my gosh, I have the word for it. It's just
Did you forget it?
It's right there, but it's like it's a lot of outside unknowns. But I mean, that's the only word I keep coming with. There's a lot of outside unknowns that you don't know what's going to happen to yourself within the next month, 6 months, a year. So, I mean, fuck, tomorrow or tonight we could be hit by a planet-sized asteroid. We're good. We're done. Then all this shit doesn't mean a goddamn thing. You know what I mean? None of it fucking means anything. All these people that are, all their money, all that shit's gone right out the window. Hey, later, bitch. You're fucking done. You're cooked. You're out. You know? I'm not telling you, at the same point, at the same time, too, I'm not telling you to not enjoy yourself being a kid. Okay? You're still a kid. I mean, you're 13 years old, but you're still a kid to me. You'll always be a kid to me. I don't give a shit if you're 23 or 33 or 53. I'll be dead by then. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I hope to see you all grow old. You know, I want to be around to see y'all grow old. But your daddy's crazy, man. Crazy, not stupid. Make sure I make that clear. I'm crazy, not stupid. But at the same understanding, sweetheart, there is some narration in your mind, or at least some kind of link from, yeah. Alright, scoot over here so they can see. You know what I mean? Alright. Come on, pull up. There is some sort of narration within yourself, some kind of link, some kind of bond, something that just, it clicks with you, right? goal is to be an astronaut. I love it. I want to learn everything about it. I want to know it. Okay. So start discovering more of that path. Now, as I've told you before, the unfortunate but also fortunate part, because everything's a dual-edged sword. One, your friends that you have now won't be going with you. Sucks. I don't have. There's only 3 friends I have from middle school, and we barely talk, but we send each other memes and stupid videos all the time. Love you, Daddy. But there's only 3 of them. You know how many friends I had in middle school and high school? Friends. A lot of them have died. And it sucks. But I was always hanging out and partying with and doing stupid things with. And I realized this later. With people that just knew that I was the guy that loved to have fun and party, and I was a party guy. Hey, boy, what's up? Let's party. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Let's get it. And what did that cost me? Years of my life. Years of my life. Years wasted. And that's my fault. That's not my parents' fault. My parents were divorced by the time I was 14. I figured out later on, when that actually broke me was because after, I still remember it too, after they got divorced, because I told my dad, we were having a conversation, he was like, we're going to have a family meeting. I'll never forget it. I'm standing right there, and it's my mom, and then my dad, and then my brother. And I was like, y'all are getting a divorce. I've told you this before. Mm-hmm. I straight up just called him out without him ever saying a word. And he was like, how did you know that? And I split. I went to a friend Ray's house. Again, I was like 14 years old. I was a 14-year-old kid. Cried my face off. Whatever. I left. Came back. Not even a few weeks later, Dad split out of the house. My mom fell into depression, Grandma. She fell into deep depression, and it fucking broke her. But I didn't realize, like, it broke me too, because all I did was sit there and play video games. My brother and his girlfriend, who's now his wife, they've been together that long, was like, hey, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. That's all I would give him. Yeah, I'm fine. And I remember hearing his wife now, saying, he's coping with everything. And I was. It was through video games. And then, lost everything. Moved into an apartment, had to get a full-time job. 14 years old. You're about to be 14 years old. You ain't got to worry about any of that shit. As the way it should be. As the way it should have been. Would have, could have, should have. Didn't happen. It is the way it is. I have accepted that a long time ago. Okay? All that time from 14 to, oh my gosh, 24? Yeah, like 10 or 12 years, 25, something like that, 26. 10 or 12 years, I spent wasting my life away. I wasted years. I mean, I did shows. We did shows. We would play in different cities. We were fucking, touring with other bands. I played in many other bands. Did a whole bunch of shit with a whole bunch of other bands. And it never went anywhere because it was just, again, it was me fucked up and lost and no guidance. Nobody helped me. I mean, yeah, my dad could say some things here and there, but even he himself has got a fuckload of problems. He's got a ton of fucking issues. Ton. he could say he's dealing with them, but it is what it is with that. I'll maybe get into that later. But I had to understand too, like my parents are who they are. It's their first time here too. It's not like, hey, we're back for our 90th time on this planet. You know what I mean? You know, so at that point, it's like, all right, all right, all right. It's not y'all's responsibility or fault, especially after you hit 21. I see it that way as 21 because it's like it's not their responsibility anymore. Just like when you get to 21, I don't want you to think that. But in my case, I have to. I kind of had to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even at that, it was like at 14. You know what I mean?
You were kind of
I didn't
a little on your own.
Yeah. Well, my brother had got a job at Bill Miller's. I had a job at Pizza Hut. We were working full time. I was working 40 hours a week and still going to school full time. And we had an apartment. So, you know what food we brought home? He brought home Bill Miller's and I brought home Pizza Hut. You know what I mean? This is back in 1999, 2000. You know? So, with that's applicable to my life. You know, I've done a lot of wild shit too. I've like I've told y'all before, statute of limitations is out the window with this shit. Set a lot of shit on fire. Fucking ran around paintballing people, paintballing houses, egging, shooting at people, being shot at. I remember being shot at. That was fucking wild. Going to parties, going to frat parties, and fucking they start shooting at those parties. Yeah, that's it. That was always interesting. You know, again, it was a waste of time because I was around the wrong people. I was around people. I was around that because that's where I was mentally, emotionally. You know, myself as an individual. That's where I was mentally. All I wanted to do was get fucking plastered, dude, because I didn't realize later I was trying to kill myself. Slit my wrist in high school. Oh yeah, that's forever there. That'll forever be there. I slit my wrist in high school. Teacher freaked out. He thought I was messing with them. Oh, stop playing with me. And I grabbed it and I opened it up. Oh my God, go to the doctor, go to the nurse, go to the nurse, go to the nurse. Get out of here, get out of here. Yeah. The lady got some butterfly stitches. It's like super hardcore, extreme super, like it's like super glue. They took off butterfly stitches, and she put it on. She put 2 of them on because the scar was originally like this big. Yeah, so it's obviously it shrank over the years. Yeah. So I was walking around and I didn't realize. She goes, "If you keep doing that, you're gonna pass out." What do you mean? She goes, "You have slit your body open. Now you're using all that energy and your body's using all that information to heal, to work on healing that." Oh yeah. And I just like put my head down. And I didn't pass out because Grandpa showed up before he passed away. Rest in peace, old man. He showed up and like one like the other. Him and my dad are exactly the same. And my dad keeps trying to compare my life to his, and that's literally nothing like it. Even I just like, yeah, no. Yeah, that's not how that went. Yeah, that's not the way my life has gone. That's not the way and the direction my shit has gone. But he keeps trying to do it. It is what it is. Even when I told him that a friend of mine, a very good friend, hey, what's up, girl? Who was like, yeah, you're extremely autistic. He was like, well, if you're autistic, I'm autistic. Bro, what? Oh, man, I eat donuts. Man, you eat donuts, I eat donuts. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, fucking chill, bro. Like, that's the way that is with him. And this is also why him and I have always butted heads. I can't. I've tried for years. He's tried at some level. But as soon as I see that ego, man, him and my brother, that fucking ego, it's just... I'm not mad or upset about it, but it irritates me to the point of like, why y'all, what?
Okay, like, stop. Like that?
Yeah. Yeah, like, okay, that's enough. All right,
Yeah.
okay, chill out. Like, calm down. Take it easy. But again, so in those parameters, our parents' attributes, mine, were passed down from my parents, right? My anger, my hatred, all that shit, all that crap came from my parents. But I'm also, as you well know above anybody else, I'm very loving, I'm very caring, I'm very giving, I'm very nurturing, I'm very fun to be around. I love laughing, I love joking, I love attacking y'all and tickling y'all, you know what I mean? I love being that part of me is such a better person. And this is whenever I get quiet, that's me going through my head. Now I've learned to become self-analytical. Okay, I'm self-analyzing, um, going through introspection, and I realized a long time ago that we inherited our traits of our parents, and I don't want to be anything like my parents. I am nothing like my parents, nor do I care to be, and that's the point. Your goal and your facet is astronomy. You love it snowing, and I love it too. I love that you love it. I think it's the most beautiful thing in the world, and there's nothing wrong with that. The problem is you have to start taking more decisive action before you start getting older. Because by the time you know it, sweetheart, you're going to be 18, 21, 25, dude, and that time is gone. Oh, I should have done that. I should have done this. I should have. That's when we start sounding like our parents. Oh, I wish I could have. Oh, I wish I could have. Oh, I wish I. You know what I mean? It's a perpetual cycle that we have to break. It's an understanding of those blood bonds that are passed down through our traits from our parents. And just like my parents, their parents, their parents and their parents, their parents and their parents, all the way back for thousands of generations. The Moya bloodline has been around since 1567. We have an old family, dude. We've got an old family. We have a really old lineage. And we come from Spain and so on and so forth. And we're warriors. The Spanish Royal Army, we did a lot of fucking crazy shit. Hopped on some boats, came out on over here. Fucked some shit up down here. It's not Lubbock. Wrong side of Texas. Lockhart. I gotta take you out of Lockhart at some point. And I'll show you. Uncle Robert's memorial. Uncle Robert's, he has a park. It's a conservation park, yeah, under his name. He has a school under his name, yeah. Like, our family, the Moya family is there's a lot of us that have done great things. Really, 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 really great things. And you should not feel like you would be the only one to.
Of course not.
You know, I've done things. I don't think they're great, but I've done them. I've done some things. You know, I've done some not so great things. I've done some fun things. I've had, some great friends, and I've lost some shitty friends, and I've lost some great friends, and I've had shitty friends and shitty people, and you have to learn within yourself as you get older and as you grow older. You have to learn to be discerning about who you get to let into your little world. Because that's essentially what's happening, right? Okay, my goal is to get here. I'm going to be an astronaut. Who do I need to surround myself with to help me achieve those dreams? I didn't have that shit. All I had was people who wanted to get fucked up. Because that's where my mindset was. All I was worried about was, how drunk can I get? How can I black out? Can I outdrink you? Can I outsmoke you? Can I outdo you with all the drugs and all the crap that I did? Used the huge amounts of coke. Can I outdo that? Can I outdo this? Can I outdo all the shrooms you took? Can I outdo all the pills you took? I'll mix. Give me the pills. Give me some MB 2020. Give me some Boone's Farm. Give me some Budweiser. Give me some Jack Daniels. I'll mix. I used to mix everything. But it wasn't until later on in life I was legitimately like trying to kill myself. I was legitimately trying to kill myself. Even more. And I kept doing it. 12 years. Then as I got older, I was like, oh, that's kind of my responsibility to fix that. I have to fix those things within me. So this is why when I tell you, don't feel so hard on yourself and don't be so down on yourself because you already have a better start. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You understand? You should be hard on yourself. Okay, I gotta focus and get this done. So what would be, for you, what would be the telling traits within yourself that you recognize that you need to correct? And we're gonna remove the, I gotta lock in part. We're gonna remove that. So what would be the telling traits within you that you know you have to correct? Self-correction.
I think one of those would probably be my laziness, considering, like, I'll look back when I used to, like, not do this in my math assignments, and I'll be like, I am genuinely lazy, and it's not like saying it in a self-deprecating way. It's just like I'm self-aware of it, and I know I actually need to start working on that side of myself. And another thing is that, like, I do pay attention in math, of course. It's just the way the teacher explains it is so confusing every time. And so we're working on a new lesson, and he was explaining it, and again, of course, it was confusing. So I started doing it in my own way, and it actually started getting so completely easier from when he was explaining it. It was so much easier when I was doing it the way I had figured out compared to when he was explaining it and how to do it to me in the class.
So you already have an answer to your problem. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like, I end up being in that same understanding. Oh, I already had that. Son of a bitch. You know what I mean? It's like, shit. You know, could have figured this shit out, or maybe it was necessary. I think a lot of those things that we go through are kind of necessary. Most of them are necessary. And for you in this state and this time frame that you are in your life, I perfectly think it's okay for you. Yeah, please mess up. Please, yes. Don't be afraid to screw up. Even as you get older, man. At the end of it all, no one gives a shit. Everyone's going to try to judge you. Everyone's going to have some dumbass shit to say and speak out of both sides of their fucking mouth. Okay? But that's because nowadays, people don't get put in check. Because they don't have somebody meeting them up and fucking them up.
So they're just running around.
Right, they're talking crazy. They're all fucking running at the goddamn mouth because nobody fucking checks them. And it's not to say it in an ugly way, but those who are, like, talking crazy shit, yeah, they need to be checked hard. I don't give a shit what country you're from. I don't give a shit what color you are. I don't give a shit what... If you think you're a rice patty, I don't give a damn if you think you're a fucking... I don't care. In that aspect, I don't fucking care. But at the same time, you need to care about you. If nobody else is going to give a shit about you, this is, again, when I was on my own for so damn long, but way before you guys came along, it was just me. I was with other girls. I had girlfriends, blah, 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 yada, 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 whatever, dude. But it was just, I realized, oh, fuck, it's just me. You know what I mean? So my mentality was fuck everybody else and fuck everything else. Now it's not. Now it's changed. You know what I mean? Now it's like nothing like that. Yeah, it's still, I got to get mine. I got to figure out my shit and do my shit and whatever and so on and so forth. But it's nothing like that. it's to the sense of I need to keep building for 3 kids. I need to keep pushing for 3 kids. I need to keep. Not him though. That's not mine. That is not mine. That is not mine. That is not mine.
No bother.
So when you go through your relationships with your friends, their friendships, you gotta be able to be consciously aware who's actually here supporting me and who's just full of shit.
I think I started really realizing that when I stopped being friends with this girl in 6th grade. Obviously, I told you this before.
I forgot her name. Don't say it.
Yeah,
that's right.
Me and her were like inseparable. Like we like cared for each other. We had sleepovers at her house like every other weekend, and we just really enjoyed each other's company until one day she wanted to stop being friends with me out of the blue. No, out of nowhere. And so it only started getting like worse when she wanted to stop being friends. So after that, we stopped being friends. And at the time, I would say I wasn't like genuinely sad about it until she started making rumors, and then that's when it got even worse. So it went downhill very fast.
I was gonna say, that happened really quick because it was like one thing right after another.
Yeah.
And that's here. Side note to that, and it's not to bring. You gotta understand, man. Drama is the worst kind of low vibration. Like that is the most low vibrational thing anybody can do. Drama, stuff like that, that's all low vibrational energy. That's all low tier. That's all just low behavior. That's all that is.
It's negative. It's all negative.
Right. Because the more drama that... It was like I was telling that girl when her and I had that... I missed my whole workout because of her. 2 hours, dude. It was 2 hours. I missed my whole workout. I was standing outside talking to her. And what I explained to her was... Here's what I've noticed throughout 40 years, 30, we'll go 30. 30 years of me being on this, at least consciously aware of not just myself, but my outer world. When people, or primarily females, because in your case you're dealing with a best friend, female best friend, or ex best friend. When there's no drama, they lose their minds, so they have to create it. Now, that applies to 90% of the female population in Western civilization. 90% cannot go without drama.
That's what I've started to notice in a lot of girls, especially in middle school now, is that there's always something. And I mean, it can be over the smallest of things. It does not matter what it is. There always has to be drama in between all of the girls. It doesn't even matter what it is. It can be small. It can be so small that nobody would care, right? But the girls have to make drama over it. There always has to be something in between someone and something.
Okay, now do you think that could be applicable to... Well, what are they surrounding themselves with at home?
I think, yeah, that's partially because of it. And another part is I think the reason that this drama might be happening is because a lot of girls don't really get along very well. And this is what I've seen from middle school. This is what I've observed.
You're not wrong.
Is that there's so many girls that do not like each other and don't get along. So they start creating lies, like rumors. They spread things that aren't true among other, boys, girls. It doesn't matter what it is. So they start spreading that around, which causes even more unnecessary drama, which isn't needed, and that's why, something may be going on at home, or the girls just don't really get along with each other.
No. I don't mean just that. That is part of it, but also what are the traits that are taken on, and where do they get those traits from?
Their parents.
One thing I've learned, and I learned this a long time ago, way before y'all came along. Parents don't like other people telling them how to parent, instead of being open and receptive to understanding. Well, let me see how. What is your thought process on parenting? Show me and let me listen to how you think when it comes to being a parent. Do they align with mine? Are they in the same ball field, or at least within the same parameters of my parenting? Do we have the same ethics, morals, principles, values, standards, open-mindedness, self-awareness, and awareness of your kids as far as parenting is concerned? Now, when shit like that goes on, I've learned this. I've watched this for decades. And it's been going on way before me. It's been going on way before me. Children, kids, young adults mimic, replicate, duplicate, perpetuate the cycle of their parents, the attributes that their parents are. I didn't. Because my parents split. My parents split, my brother split. My brother went with his girlfriend, who was now his wife, whatever. My mom went off, and she went off doing the dumbest shit in the world. And she fucked up. That's just, which is crazy because my mom's epileptic. Grandma's epileptic, you know this. Mm-hmm. And I took care of her whenever she would have those episodes. And they call them episodes. And there was a few of them that got really fucking bad. There's quite a few of them. So I think that's also, too, where my empathy and understanding comes along, because I grew up watching my mom collapse on the floor. You know what I mean? So I have to be understanding of what's going on, how to help, what to do, when to do, why to do.
You have to be self-aware at a young age.
Right. So a lot of these kids aren't, because their parents aren't. Most people, and I think working at this previous place really fucking showed me up like 100%, no doubt in my damn mind. Most people aren't even self-aware. They're not. There was a couple of people in there that were pretty cool. The rest are just it's like autopilot. Yeah. Like, oh, you have to work. Oh, I've been working here 45,000 years. I've been working here 10 billion years. Yeah, and you get a fucking crummy watch and you're not making six figures. Fuck you and fuck that place. Think about that. 30 fucking years, 40 years of your life. You are now 50, 60 fucking years old.
You wasted like nearly more than a quarter of your life working at a job that doesn't give you much money at all, and you're not.
They're getting paid. I'm not saying they're not, but I'm saying these motherfuckers spent 40 years to get to what I made my first year of trucking. They spent 40 fucking years of their life at that company to make what I made my first year of trucking. And I didn't even work the full year of that first year. And I outpaced them. I outworked them.
Significantly.
In pay. But they spent 40 years to get to where I made it in my first year of trucking. 116 grand I made my first year. And at 40 fucking years, they're just hitting that. 35, 40. It's still, dude, fucking 1 year. It's like, dude, that's also what irritates the shit out of me. That's what, this is why I can't work a regular job. This is why I don't want to work a regular fucking job.
It's not meant for you. You're not built for that.
Not just that, but like, I need you guys to understand too. Man, there's a billion ways to fucking skin a cat. don't fall to the presupposition of what a lot of these people are saying. You need to be working for the next 90,000 years of your life and spend the rest of your fucking life in this one position doing this one thing. You'll move up eventually. You'll eventually make it. You'll eventually get the fuck out of here. Fuck you. Fuck that. Fuck them. Because that's all the perpetual notion of that slave mind. That's all it is. It's a fucking slave mind. And that's all it's ever been. And that's all it'll ever be. It's just systematic, perpetual systems enforcing their integration upon minds that can't be and won't be self-aware.
So they're stuck in the same cycle over and over and over again, and they can't escape.
Because that's all they know. Therefore, they do not know anything outside of that. They see something else different that's outside of that. What's the first thing they fucking go to? Oh, I wouldn't do that. That's, oh no, I don't put my money in there. Nope, I don't do that. That's risky stuff. You're gonna lose it. Yeah, well, I'd rather fucking risk the loss than not risk at all. And to end up 40 fucking years of my life in one place, you're not even making 6 figures. Fuck what you talking about. Fuck what you talking about. It's like that gentleman when I worked for NFI. Oh, sorry. Oh, well, too fucking bad. The guy's son died. His son died. And they gave him 2 days off. Three. Federally, it's 3. But on the 3rd day, they asked him if he could come in. I looked at him like, bro, you have to be fucking kidding me. You cannot be serious that this fucking companies fucking do this shit. You know, in Sweden, Norway, Ireland, Greenland, Finland, you know they give you months off? Months. When a loved one like that close, passes away, you get months off. And did you know that, not just that, but when you get ready to have a baby, I forget what it is. I can't believe I forgot what it's called. I'm thinking of maternity leave.
Yeah.
Okay, it's called maternity leave. You have a whole year. You know, they give you, I think it's like 3 months here.
That's it?
That's it. Again, this is that system that we fight against. This is like the most fucked up system in the world. It's meant to keep you enslaved. It is seriously meant. Prove me wrong that it's not. Fine, then start paying men livable wages to hold a household income for 4. Do that without raising taxes and bring down all the prices of everything. You fucking won't. They fucking won't. They fucking won't. You know why? Because they want to make sure you stay out there building for them. They want to make sure you're still just a fucking number. They want to make sure you're still a fucking pawn, a peasant, a slave, and everything else. This shit started way before you, way before me, way before my parents, their parents, their parents, their parents, their parents. But every now and again, there comes a certain person. And it's that person out of the fucking blue that challenges the system and cracks it. And they crack the fuck out of it. You either are or you aren't. It's not about the has or have or have nots, or it's you either are or you aren't. You have to be able to pick and understand where you stand. And if nobody stands with you, so what? You're strong enough. You need to know that you're strong enough on your own. And it's not to push out or push away any friends or anything like that, but you got to also know, too, they have their own lives they have to live. People have their own lives they have to live. Let them. Those that really want you and really want to stick around you, you'll hear from them. You'll hear from them. I promise you that. You have my word on that. You'll fucking hear from them. It's just like my dad and I relationship. Grandpa's and I relationship. I'm not stupid, man. I know what you did. I know how you played this. And I told you what was going to happen, and it fucking happened. I'm not wrong. Again, I know these things. Okay? I just know these things. So within you, being as young as you are, and as much as I've emphasized upon you, be self-aware. If you see habits or traits that come from me, or even your mom, break them. If it's not helping you, if it's not lifting you up, if it's not pushing you forward, if it's not making you better, break it. Get rid of it. Work on getting rid of it. At least minimize it. The best thing you can do is minimize it to the point to where it's basically non-existent. Okay? But don't sit there and fucking turn around and tell me, oh, I can't do this. Yes, you can. The worst thing you can do to yourself, and I've done it, you've seen me do it. Fuck, I can't do this. And I end up doing it anyway. I ended up getting it done anyway. It's like, fuck. You know? Those who tell you that you can't are the ones who failed in their lives and they gave up as soon as it stopped. If only those fucking pieces of shit people knew how much money I've lost. And yet I'm still trying. I'm still going. Like, fuck you. Fuck this. I don't want to work for somebody else. I don't. And not that I don't want you to work for somebody else. I want you to follow what really lights your fucking soul on fire. What lights your heart on fire? What really sets your fucking life ablaze and speaks to you beyond me, beyond this, beyond all things? What fucking really, truly lights your life up? I have 3 things that do that. My kids, my music, and playing in the stock market. You know, that shit is so cool. I've lost a fuckload of them. I've lost tens of thousands, if not way fucking more. I'm not gonna give up. Why is I gonna go out of? I'm not going back to work in fucking stupid ass 9-to-5 bullshit, bro. That's for the fucking meek, man. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be a dick and I'm not trying to be an asshole to anybody that does it. For me, it's just it kills me, it kills my soul. It fucks with me. Like there's
it dims the light you have.
Yes, it dims the light that I even when they see me and I'll come home in the mornings or some shit like that. I was always just.
He looked really tired.
Like beyond that.
Extremely exhausted.
Beyond that. But yet I can sit there and play on my guitar or do trades for hours on end. And be happy as hell. Be the most happiest ever. I can sit there and have conversations with them or have them just chilling out and I'm the most happy. And this is why we're doing this. And I think this will be the last couple minutes here. It'll be 1 hour. So this is our introduction to Bear Mayhem's therapy session. It's something to get people to actually fucking start thinking, man. You don't need corporations. Corporations need you. Because you are the consumer. You are the one that without you, they sink. Their stocks will sink. Their portfolios would sink. All that shit would die.
Would crumble if no consumers were around.
If nobody bought anything and nothing would exist. So this is the point I tell my kids. Your voice is a lot more powerful than you think. You have a very brilliant voice. Use it. Stop being afraid to speak your mind. And if people get mad at you and they get pissed off at you, that's because they dim their voice. They've lightened their light. They're afraid to speak. And I teach my children not to be afraid to speak. Be openly aware of yourself and aware of your consciousness and aware that you're an existing being. But also don't be afraid to fucking challenge everything and everyone. Question everything. Don't be a pawn in a fucking playground you never built. Build your own playground. Build your own way. Find your own light and let it shine, man. Let it grow, dude. And a lot of people won't like the way that I speak with my daughter and shit like that. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care. Walk in my shoes. Walk in my shoes. Please, experience the shit that I've gone through. Go through the shit that I went through. By all means, you're more than welcome to. You're fucking more than welcome to. And that includes the attempts of suicide. And yet, here I am. Here they are. I couldn't ask for better children, man. And I don't care who likes them or not. That doesn't mean shit to me. What I care about is my children are able to think for themselves. They're able to operate within their own confines of their own parameters, and then yet still expanding their own parameters and their own lives, and expanding their own thought process, and expanding everything within. And a lot of people don't do this. And this has always been the problem with why I don't have very many friends, why I don't talk to very many people, why I don't associate with very many people, because I have this constant notion, and which is what I try to push onto them. Think. And it's not one of those things, if you're always thinking, you're never nothing. Sure, there are times to just do it. Sure, absolutely. And then there's times where it's like, I need to think about that before I do that. And then there's times where you just need to rest. But I'm always thinking. I've always got one way or another. I'm always
doing something.
Finding something. I'm always thinking something. And that's also been a very big reason why I don't have a lot of friends. I don't have a lot of people around me, is because I think a lot. I'm very observant. I'll observe the shit out of you. There's that saying, I observe your energy before you ever talk to me. You know, I try to be I do my best and my very, very, very best to be respectable, kind, courteous, caring, and somewhat considerate of other people. That's a different conversation on that part, especially here in this city where I'm at, especially here. Pennsylvania wasn't any better either. That's a whole nother fucking story for a whole nother conversation, a whole nother time. But this is our first podcast type deal. Setup will be different next time. We literally just did it. Again, here's one of those times where we just did it on the spot.
First time.
Next time I'll get her to talk anymore. She's a little bit shy, so be a little bit understanding. It's something that we're doing and we're trying out for the first time. As I've been told many times, you should open up a spot where people can go talk to you. People can have like a therapy session with you, and it's like, well, that's going against the typical. You need to pay a psychologist $150 or a therapist $150, $200, $250 a month. Bro, pay me $100 a week and bring me some C4s. strawberry C4s. We could do it. Let's go. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna try this. I did you like this?
Yeah, I like this. We should do this more.
Yeah, we'll do this more?
Yeah.
All right, then. Oh, yeah. So, episode 2, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe tomorrow. Or, yeah, because especially if we want to do it more, we're going to have to do it every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that, actually.
There you go. All right, guys. Later.